Since its inception in 2020, the manosphere, and since a lot of this content and conversation has come out online, how come fundamentally as a society, when a woman breaks up with a man, we automatically turn around to that man and we wonder, what did he do wrong to not keep that woman? What in which was his fault? How in which should he have critiqued, tweaked, and changed himself, or garnered more knowledge to therefore understand all women, or physically changed his appearance to become strong, or whatever the case may be? How is it that this poor guy that got the rejection from this girl right here, how is it his fundamental fault? And how is it his fundamental responsibility to fix it? How come when a man and a woman break up and it's the woman doing the rejection, we place the failure of that rejection, or the essence of that failure sort of being there, we place that on the man? How come? All the responsibility to change, to tweak, to transform, to not be yourself is going on the man in that moment, when you automatically start questioning what could and should and would the man do better to have kept her. How is it his fault? How come he's always the one auditioning for her and it's not the other way around? Where in which have we normalized this behavior to where it just becomes unnoticed that it's so easy for us to give men advice on how to fix themselves? It's so easy. What did you do wrong to screw up your hunt for that prey? What was it? What are you screwing up? How are you a failure? This reaction is a commonplace one that I see here on the internet in the manosphere, and it has to change. Just because you got rejected doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean that you as a fundamental person are wrong and or deserved that rejection. You don't need to be this golden sort of primal above human species in order to mate. You don't. But rejection just happens. The Uniter card coming through. Uniter. Sometimes people fight and they don't unite, and that's a product of the environment. That's a product of the situation, the circumstance. But the rejection is hard, but turning inwards and saying, how could I have stopped it? How could I have stopped her from leaving me? Don't do that. You're gaslighting yourself. How could I have stopped her from leaving me? You couldn't have stopped it. Stop. What you can stop is saying that. You've done nothing wrong. Why do you automatically go to point the finger at yourself as I'm pointing the finger at you right now? Why do we do that? Looking within so deep and trying to just be every woman's dream and trying to fundamentally change who you are, this is not going to create healing for that rejection. Let's see. Oh, we also got the traumatized. I acknowledge that I have been traumatized, but also that I am healing. Let's get one more. The romantics. I allow romance to touch my heart every single day. You can allow romance to touch your heart in other ways. There's nothing wrong with wanting old-fashioned, old-school romance. Heck, what got me into all this trap of researching the love dynamics between men and women so much is being a lovebird myself. I freaking love the Titanic, just the story of it all. Don't get lost in the Taco Bell sauce of what Leonardo DiCaprio looks like, because you're gonna miss the feeling that I'm trying to portray. I was obsessed with the Titanic because of the love that it had between two star-crossed lovers. Rose, she was rich. She came from a rich, entitled sort of family that never had any true compassion or love. And Jack, he came from a poor family that didn't have wealth, but actually had true connection and love. And these two people from different opposing sides found each other and united in spite of their differences. I'm a true romantic. Are you kidding me? But this healing, this allowing romance to touch your heart every single day, it's going to happen for you, but it's going to take time. The patient. I can endure whatever twists and turns life brings me. It's going to take time. You have to be willing to seek out your healing. You have to be willing to seek out your authenticity that you've been burying down. It is not your fault. All my tarot cards just fall on the ground. It's not your fault. You've been rejected. Why are you trying to change everything within yourself? And there's nothing wrong with that. We've done this as a society. Why do we normalize this? It's not a failure to be rejected. And it's not your failure. It's not just your burden to take. We're fundamentally behind on a lot of aspects in terms of how to hold relationships as a society. You are not alone because nobody properly taught you how to heal. I know it's more nuanced than that. Life has different experience. It depends what age you're at, but I'm just trying to get a point across. Why? Why do we always question him? And that's not to bring animosity towards her either, but there's nuance, there's truth. What's going on? How did our environment get this way?